The great word of my religion improves and grows. Now we have mosques, brilliant. That is +1 faith spread in Shishfield, which is great. We can build Hagia Sophia. That would be an amazing pickup for me. But now we have inquisitors, and these things are very good at shredding through enemy missionaries. And the more of those we kill, the more religion we have in our lands and the more faith we have. So it all adds up nicely. Macedon, not like in grievances. I would love it if Macedon just ignored war grievances. That would be such a cool little tweak to the way that the AI works. Alexander should just be like, war? Meh, that's not a problem. I love that area is flooded so much. The yields over here are obscene. We've got to go and claim that area. I think I will continue to treat myself just to a spot of pillage, which would be really handy if I actually bothered to have the raid card in. Whoops. Okay, we're back to full war government now. Yeah, that's good. That's some good faith. You gotta have faith. No, there's no peace here. Peace is not an option in this war. This is just a case of how much I want to conquer in this direction. Crouching Tiger, we built our first one. Now it's a 1-turn mass production and a 3-turn industrialization. These boosts, they've got me within 3 techs now of the leader. And we've also got +1 range on my bombard. Oh yeah, big numbers get bigger. Another city falls. This one's on the coast with Japan. That gives me some really good trade routes. Radiatore, this one's all yours. There is a caravel just off the coast, just stalking me a little bit, but that's okay. Can I one-man army onto this tower? The fact is I probably could actually. We can almost take the city, but we're going to just hold fire, get the gold. I think the pillaging is always worth it. Forward, Inquisitors, forward. We have missionaries to go and kill. I think the unbelievable thing is that England has a total, complete mountain range that actually is blocked off their entire nation unless I go through Japan. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Well, that could be a small problem. Maybe we'll have to build an emergency navy. An emergency navy is like a regular navy, but it's a lot more rushed. 1, 2, and 3. There's another city going. The loyalty is questionable, but we can keep it there. The problem is we don't want it to fall to Eleanor because she will just steal the city. Court of Love. I never lost a city to the Court of Love. Like, obviously, the Court of Love is something we play with a lot, and it's really fun, but I wonder if it's ever gone in the other direction. Don't remember anything, but maybe I'm just choosing to forget. Philip's Potato of Doom. Thank you so much. Get yourself good. Yeah, what are we going to do with Eleanor? I have 1 bombard that can fire over the mountain range, which I guess I could start to do. But otherwise, we might have to plow through quite a large navy here, or go around the long way. We'll figure that out. I'm not sure about the answer there. This, I believe, is going to be city 23, given how many I've conquered. And it's Flying Thunder. Again, Niter and Turtles. It's a really nice location. I hope you enjoy it. So, wonderful audience. It's turn 148. Turn 148? Ursa, I swear we've gone forward about 10 or 12 turns. What's happened? Well, turns out sometimes I'm an absolute moron and I forget to press record and I cannot be bothered to go back and re-record the last 45 minutes. So a couple of things have happened. You really haven't missed much. Let me just recap. Firstly, we picked up industrialization and then just ticked along to pick up astronomy and scientific theory. With industrialization, we already have 1 source of coal which appeared over by Radiatore, and we had another couple of sources. This one next to the Flying Foot, and this one, where are you? Here you go, under the walls of Bimothy. So far so good. We can get 3 sources of coal. I think that's going to be plenty. I used a little bit of plunder gold to build a coal power plant in Unimatrix 0, and now the production in this area is looking rather tasty. We also finished the last 2 cities of Kama. Nothing exciting here. Philip's Potato of Doom is now a beautiful staging post where I have a level 4 bombard firing over the top of the mountains. This perfect, and I have to actually point out how brilliant this defensive location is for England here. Not only is this mountain range almost continuously solid along the whole coast, it's really cool. But I didn't realize as well, there's actually cliffs the entire way round as well. This is almost impossible to naval invade. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. So Philip's Potato of Doom is basically staging post to get into London. The Falcon, the final city. Yeah, I am incapable of waiting. England has a navy. I don't, but I'm going to just randomly send my troops into the sea and see what happens. If we can navally invade onto this encampment, we'll have a nice little beach point for London, and then we'll go from there. Otherwise, a couple of new cities. Forgive me if I point to cities that have already been founded, but we have Flying Thunder down in the south. We have Toon General, Matt Beard, and this, by the way, is a finished 8-city Coliseum. Just, I mean, look at that. Look at that perfect range. Oh, it's wonderful. So Matt Beard, Toon General, they are enjoying such a wonderful thing. I built Glorious Petra as my settlers make their way down south. Don't forget, this new continent, Hic Sunk Dracones, is working really well here. I'm building large chains of Great Wall in random places just so I can get a bit of culture and a lot of gold. I love this improvement. It's so cool. And as you can see, we are shutting down other people's religion in my lands as well. The odd missionary keep coming through, but going on a Roman holiday is now spreading across quite a large chunk of my empire. Beautiful. We're looking to get nationalism as soon as possible. Then we can get cause. I like that. I couldn't get a Casus Belli war with anyone, which is really annoying. Then we're going to go for colonialism and natural history to do the usual water park rush, as well as getting some zoos. Lovely stuff. And tech-wise, well, I'm not entirely sure where to go. I could rush research labs. We could research planes. We could go for artillery. So whilst I decide on that one, we are unlocking railroads because, of course, Sid Meier Civilization 6 is in fact a railway simulator. Fun fact, I have secret, detailed, behind-the-scenes intel about Civ 7. You ready to hear it? It's going to not be built on a hex grid. The entire map is going to be nothing but railway. You heard it here first. Get excited. Oh, we've also got ballistics being boosted. We need 2 banks. Don't forget, we have 50% Eurekas and inspirations from being China. That in itself makes this one of the strongest nations. So neighborhoods, banks, wonders, ironclads, national parks, all of this is just being built wherever I can. We'll see if it works. There we go. Yep, pretty much caught up. Welcome back to the game. But yeah, I feel like being ridiculously brave with my units. Whether or not this is a good idea or not, well, no, let's say this again. We know this isn't a good idea, but it's the quickest idea, and often the quickest ideas are the best ideas. We've also got 167 science and culture. That's fun. We like that. Oh, there was a couple of Babylonian settlers tempting us off to the right. I'm choosing not to attack them because there are so many cuirasses next to me, but let's face it, we're probably going to get attacked soon anyway. We'll be able to levy Granada if that happens and kind of use them to keep me safe, but we're looking out for Babylon. I don't trust Babylon. I think Babylon will attack at some point. Nationalism. Main thing I've got to do here to make sure I don't move any of my powerful units into line with other powerful units. What I'm going to be looking to do is taking, say, for instance, this level 4 bombard and putting it with a new bombard. That will maximize my power. You'll also notice my government, I've removed all of my combat cards. I didn't need them. So I've gone economy. We've got settlers, we've got serfdom, we've got liberalism. So far, so good. I like this. I like the way this game is going at the moment. Colonialism. Let's get that finished now. Oh my goodness, I can actually get a scientist. I can get a scientist and one that gives me extra happiness yields for later in the game. Oh yeah. Not worth much to me at the moment, but they will be worth a lot very soon. Yeah, Newton's really good. There's a lot of really good ones in this era, but sometimes you just got to take what you're given. Okay, let's bring the Great General in. Move this line infantry into line, navally invade the encampment, and we have a beachhead, which means I can now fire over the top and start damaging London's walls. Oh my lord, that is suddenly looking good. Okay, I don't want to do too much with my other units for now, but I can land my bombards here and attack Leeds on this just little island. That's quite fun. 2 forts, ballistics. Pick up that quickly. Yeah, I'm just trying to only do boosted stuff. The mission of the Eternal Consta boost. Okay, there are boats, and those boats have knocked my great generals away, which is really annoying. Can still just about get in range, I think. London takes a direct hit. Line infantry moves around. We'll go for 1 attack. Don't have the movement for a second, but London will fall next turn if we're lucky. Now I use one of my bombards to blow up that boat, which means that now this line infantry has enough movement to make a naval attack into London. The city falls, and it's mine. How bad is the loyalty? It's stable. Oh my goodness, with Eleanor around, I did not expect that. Daddy Todd, this one's all yours. Fix everything, but that is a beautiful little foothold, and now we'll attack Leeds whilst we're here as well, but got plenty of time for my units to now get around and land. Oh, suddenly this is looking good. Here's the great scientist. Extra housing. Actually, that's the best bit about putting it into this city, is it was actually at its housing cap, so brilliant stuff. Fixing lots of stuff, putting farms down. Oh, plenty of food now. Beautiful. To the south of glorious Petra, this again is another little flat desert city, but at least this one has lots of oasis. Welcome to the game. Callum Billy, Niter, Gypsum, resources everywhere. Make me proud. That was my 28th city, by the way. Not bad for turn 150, but we can do more. Instead of settler production, we're going to put in colonial taxes now. This is 25% gold and 10% production, pretty much in every single one of my cities. Oh yeah, that's the sort of thing we like to see. 300 gold per ton now. Much bigger of an economy. There's another city here, simply owned by Adam. Actually, this city is not quite in range of a factory, but it will be soon. We've got a lot of stuff being built in this area. Natural history now. Did we steal? Accumulate any theatre squares? I have got one. All right. The word steal came into that. Oh dear. Liberated is probably the better way of putting that. We don't want people getting the wrong opinion. No. Leeds by far had bigger defenses than London did. Much harder to come and attack. One attack. Amina gives me a kill, which is era score, and we're getting closer to Newcastle now. That's my second shipyard. Steam power boosted. Time to spam military engineers. Railway time is a serious time. It's a time that we all need to accept, acknowledge, bring into our hearts. True worship to the beautiful religion of going on a Roman holiday can only be achieved at the altar of steam and rail. Actually, the useful thing that I've got at the moment is that Japan has brought the navy for me. I don't really need to even bring a navy. It's all here already. Well, that's just lovely. We'll kill the units in the sea because we can. And now the question is, can we just play in Newcastle just with 2 regular melee units? Almost. Yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. Even Leeds is now looking a little rough. And then goes the beautiful city of Newcastle. Loyalty might become increasingly a problem as I push down this coast because we're now moving away from my cities, and until I gain a lot in this area, yeah, I'm not entirely sure if we'll be able to hold loyalty, but luckily Philip's Potato of Doom is looking a lot better now, so I think we'll be fine. Time to vote again. I don't know which city-states people will likely choose, but there's a lot of industrial ones that I've met, so let's go for those. And I like melee troops having more combat power. We've seen it be voted through once. Maybe it'll go through again. Who knows? Oh, ignore the flood. The flooding's fine. Melee cultural. All right, fine. That's all pretty good. You know, I just built all this stuff. Like literally, I know I always say that, but I did genuinely just build all this stuff. I waited a turn in Leeds to do a little bit of pillaging, but now we're ready to take it. And that should help with the loyalty of Daddy Todd, you would hope. Oh yes, it's all loyal now. Perfect. Renaming time. Leeds is becoming off. You've got multiple sources of amber and turtles and some wonderful harbor buildings here. So this is actually a genuinely good economic city. And retrospect gets Newcastle. Again, the production here is mighty, and every single one of Illinois cities we take offers me up another trade route. We're stacking these trade routes really nicely now. Like really nicely indeed. Now again, we have a similar problem. Bristol is actually very protected. Not by an army, no, by cliffs and a mountain. I can go through Japanese territory, but it might be a little bit tricky. So we're going to have to ambitiously and dangerously go back to sea. I'm sure this will be fine. I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen to me at sea at all. Most of my pillaged and plundered gold is still going into boosts. We're going to come away from natural history actually, because thinking about it, this boost will get me the entire civic. That will save me 4 turns. So yes, away with you. Away with you. We're going to start wrapping around Babylon and making sure we have access to this sea now. RB Hedge, decent city with some honey. Get that commercial hub up as quickly as you can. We'll make something decent out of this very fast. Again, it's all about putting population and loyalty pressure on Babylon as quickly as we can. Time for railways as well. We got a lot of coal coming in. 6 per turn? No, 9 per turn. The iron to go with it. Yeah. Unimatrix Zero is doing nothing apart from building military engineers. We're going to get the finest railway this game has ever seen. Maybe. I mean, we've made some fine railways. You know what? I shouldn't promise things I can't deliver on. I apologize. I will enjoy some field cannons though. Now this thing stood in a city center. Yep, 86 strength. Whoa. Can I get a line of infantry on? Oh yeah, I can. Need to wait for the siege tower to be able to make the crossing. Hey, just having a single unit next to Bristol, that's ominous for all involved. Oh, I think Japan is going to ruin this settlement for me. I've managed to get a settler all the way over from my land to come and steal the silver, but alas, I think this samurai is going to ruin things for me. Oh well, I've got another settler. This one is making its way down to the southern coast below Anshan. It's Garrett Gowan. Get the harbour finished as soon as possible. I might need to buy you just for 1 tile so that you can work it and not starve. This listening post, oh, always remember to do them. I always forget to do them, and then I don't forget afterwards, and then you end up with all this combat power, and it just helps so much. Bristol needs to get pillaged. It's just the way this rocks. Can't get the siege tower up though. This is proving difficult difficult unless Japan moves their units around a little bit, which they're unlikely to. There's economics, it's done. I can't really put off sanitation any longer. Actually, I can. I lie. I can get replaceable parts. Then I can go sanitation. I don't have neighborhoods yet. I'm trying to get to them, but I don't think we're going to rush this in time. Okay, now we can attack Bristol, which is good because I actually have just realized these are Renaissance walls. These are not walls that I can damage. Well, that makes things a little bit easier. Now I'm not worried about it. Dad Tato now has an archaeological museum which gives me natural history. It's funny how that works, and I have been making sure that I've got some really good spots for water parks. We are going to push the happiness to my cities now. As soon as you get natural history and you've got maybe 20 plus cities, that should be the point of the game where you can move all of your cities from being content to happy with zoos and aquariums, in theory. If everything works properly, which it should. Here we go. Here's our first one. It's a zoo, and Amani has finally made her way to Kumasi, which should massively boost up my culture per turn because I have a lot of trade routes. Oh, that's 80 culture per turn. A lot of trade routes from Shishfield and Unimatrix 0. Very high district cities to a lot of city-states as well as to Yonglei. That's a keeper. Kumasi is a keeper. We need to make sure that we keep this one. How many times can I say keep in the same sentence? Let's find out. Japan did not settle in time. Amazing. Now we're here. It's Mama Andy. Again, food is a slight problem in this city, but there's some fish that we can work, I think. Yeah, perfect. That's good. Good fish. The world's first railroad. I'm gonna have to actually ask Roman Holiday, is there something built into the AI to make the AI more likely to build railroads? Because if there's not, I feel like that was a slight oversight in the mod, because we all know railroads are the most important things in the entire game. We all know that. That's fine. But it's important to make sure that other people know that. I might just sacrifice the siege tower here by popping it into the sea, because now, of course, my land infantry can't be. I keep forgetting it's Renaissance wall. That would have been such a clever move if I'd actually thought about it, but no. Never mind. I might as well get these line infantry to attack. To be honest, I think they can probably do quite a bit of damage into attacks to the city as the walls come down. Yeah, they can do like half damage to the city. That's good. I can get this line infantry in, and I could amphibiously attack. I think I'll avoid it for now. Just surround Bristol the conventional way. Don't you love it when a military emergency resolves itself and you totally forgot that it was a military emergency? Oh yes, Perkins D. No one can deny that that city is mine. I mean, the pyramids have been so useful, to be fair. I love pyramids. You can very rarely build it when you've got the AI on a hard difficulty, but when you get it, oh, it's beautiful. Things like universities are now beginning to get built in quite a few cities. We've got universities, commercial hubs, industrial zones, encampments. There's a lot of stuff all opening up, building that science. Slowly. I'm going heavy on industrial zones purely because A, they're brilliant, but B, I have so many industrial city-states in this game. I think late game, it's going to be very handy for me. Did we ever figure out where Kilwa was? I'm not sure we did, but if we can pick Kilwa up, that would also be incredibly useful. No, we have no idea where it is at the moment. We'll find it eventually. Well, another university is finished here as well. Wow, that's 2 universities in the same turn. Anshan and Fez pulling their weight heavily on that stuff. It means universities are worth 8 science for me. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Naval invasion of Bristol. Didn't quite work, but there it is. Bam. City's taken. The city's mine. It says -20. Oh dear. Why is that so bad? Oh, just pressure is bad. Okay, fine. Moksha, you're going to have to just supervise here for a little bit. I'm going to have to get a channel supporter in. Legally trash, you'll do. Oh, don't you love it when legally trash, it says 1. You've already got a city. Oh, of course you're over here. Ursa's naming convention is so accurate. Here you go, Dr. Bobby. This city was always intended to be yours. Next up, we will take Plymouth and Preston. I'll be honest with you, not really up for taking Preston. You can keep it. Replaceable parts. Now our farms should be absolutely ridiculous. So we just go to like a nice little farming area in Shishfield. Look at these yields. Oh yes, here we go. And we have urbanization as well, so we should be able to try and get some neighborhoods up as soon as we can. There's a 2-turn one. Ideally, I'd like a breathtaking neighborhood. If we can get one of those, it would certainly help me for later, just maximizing the amount of boosts we can get. And we're not going to steal any, unfortunately. Sometimes you can steal neighborhoods, and that's the easiest way to get them. +4 will do for now. You rush that through. My second most productive city, Pointy Morax. There you go. Five turns for you. You're going to have to rush this through. To the north of all of my cities, there is another landmass up here. So I'm actually going to go and settle something in this direction. Be a very nice little place. More map control is what we want. More chance for aluminium, more chance for uranium. Still building randomly long walls just to keep the culture and the gold coming in. 1 attack on Plymouth, 2 attack on Plymouth, 3 attack on Plymouth. Plymouth is mine. Unfortunately, I should have done that before. Well, no, I should have taken Preston first, because then my spy would have actually given me more help there. Never mind. I don't need the +3 combat strength, clearly. Dr. Bobby is now almost loyal. Plymouth, you're now Wolfman. I have a spare governor for you? Not at the moment, but I will do soon. You're just gonna have to hold until Preston falls, which I think you should be able to do pretty nicely. I think crossing this sea now and attacking Macedon might be the best way. I need there to be a constant war. I haven't actually put any economy into building more troops in some time, but the Warlord's Throne is giving me 20% production in every single city as long as we capture a city every 5 turns. So we have to keep that momentum going. I don't think is too difficult, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's cross the sea. I would really like to know how strong Macedon is. This isn't Macedon, this is Canada. Ah, Canada's not that strong. 13 cities. Where's Macedon? Macedon's over here. Oh, they're ages away. Korea, a bit stronger. I think Korea is up there in tech. Yeah, 40 tech. So I'm slightly ahead. Macedon is very weak. Canada, I think we've got to go after Canada. Is Canada paying me anything for my Diplo favor? Ish. Actually, speaking of, I should probably sell my Diplo favor. It's eroding at -11 per turn. Yeah, Canada's a really good trade partner, but you know what? I'd rather trade with Yongle. I'm keeping Yongle on side. There's a part of me that really wants to see what Roman Holidays mod is going to do with Yongle. They're still winning, both in terms of tourism and science, so I am impressed. We're just going to hold off for a second. Let's send the spy over to Canada then. 7 turns. We can wait that long. And is anyone at war with Canada? No, of course they're not. So we're going to have to actually denounce Canada because we can't surprise war them. We'll wait 5 turns. We can wait 5 turns. This is actually now a brilliant staging post. It's Clint. Clint, your job is simple. Prepare the invasion. Prepare it well. Canada must pay for something. I'm not sure what Canada's paying for. We'll figure something out. Oh my lord, Babylon actually did it. Babylon actually did it. Has declared a formal war against me. Okay. Well, I am a little surprised. I hadn't put any defenses in this area just because they've been on my borders for so long. I just didn't expect them to actually attack. Okay, well, this certainly makes things a little interesting. And I like a little interesting. They have cores of cuirassiers, line infantry, rangers. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff. Okay then. Well, we better get mobilization going. My cities have 60 strength. I think that's all we're going to get for now. I'm going to put 2 envoys into Hong Kong. Now we have Grenada and Hong Kong, which I can levy both of them. Not only for some era score, but also for half price. And these troops now have +4 as well because of my foreign majesty. Okay, this is good. We've got some units now. We can upgrade those in a second. Speaking of, total war is useful, but I'm going to take that out just for a second and pick up force modernization. That is genuinely what we need to do, is modernize our forces. I better make a few troops, eh? Well, it is actually quite a good thing that we were in the process of building a railway. Means I can move my troops backwards and forwards quite well, and yeah, that'll help me get troops to the front line. It's gonna take a little bit of a diversion to flight. Don't worry about it. Luckily, my military ally is also at war with Babylon. I do have +5 against their troops, which is quite useful. And Yongle is at war with Babylon as well. Yongle is just a threat on his border, which would hopefully help to just stop him from getting too aggressive towards me. Can we take Preston this turn? It would be very helpful if we could. Free up a large chunk of my army. Yes, Preston's taken, and it is loyal. Wolfman is ish. Dr. Bobby is ish. Retrospect is ish. There's a lot of ish going on here. We might need to switch our alliance with Japan, put that into a cultural alliance, but we can offer Eleanor peace now. By peace, I mean let's rinse her of everything she's got. Thank you so much. She's on 1 city now. We don't need to take that city. It's down here, Bradford. No one needs Bradford. So Wolfman, Dr. Bobby, a lot of these cities have got negative loyalty now. Victor, you get over to Wolfman. That should stabilize the loyalty just about. Dr. Bobby's more of an issue. Preston should be fine with that. Retrospect should be fine with that. I might just need to change my government around to make sure everyone's happy, but they're all on a different continent. Thinking about it, I could switch to... Where is it? it? We haven't unlocked it yet, have we? It's back here. Colonial officers, 3 loyalty per turn for cities not on my original continent. Let's do that. In Gazagamu might be useful here. Given my obscene amounts of gold and the fact that I have a military academy in my capital, we could buy some very powerful units to do some very powerful killing at 60% discount. Field cannon core. Actually, that's a good purchase because now my cities have a little bit more of a hit to them. There's colonial officers in my government. It's not going to fix the loyalty problem, but it'll slow it down a lot. Again, another little city to help me attack Canada. It's Skeptical Bear, and we should be able to destroy these barbs quickly. Yeah, barbs. Who needs barbs? I couldn't leave glorious Petra without Petra, though. Come on. We had to build that. Look, good glorious Petra. It is glorious. It is a glorious city. Go and work all of these hills, all of these mines. Beautiful. So it's turn 164, and there is a little bit of a disclaimer I need to make, because whilst I was filming this series, I was chatting to the wonderful Roman Holiday, the author of this AI mod. And we have discovered that there was a little bit of a mod clash that I, the fool Ursa Ryan, didn't realize at the time. So up until this point, turn 164, we have been running Roman Holiday's AI mod, but version 3. A very stable, very powerful build, but not the beta build of version 4 that we should have been running. You will already know this because I will have pinned this on the videos up till this point so that you are under no illusion that we're playing with a different mode. But hey, it's all good. Version 3 is still very powerful, and we can look forward to a version 4 run very, very soon. But I just wanted to point that out now. We have just discovered in lifetimes, hey, sometimes that happens when you're playing with beta mods. It's just one of those things. We will enjoy ourselves nonetheless. At any rate, V4 is now enabled. We should see the AI just kind of tweak its approach to a few things and do things in a slightly different order. I mean, already you can see they're using bombards to actually kill Is This Live. So even V3 is a very fearsome opponent. I'm actually looking forward to getting into a total fight off with Babylon here. I mean, he's already jumped in with a bunch of cavalry units and has ransacked about half of my traders. So we're seeing some really good AI here. Yeah, this could be a slight problem. We need to just make sure that we re-up our trade routes as quickly as possible and using Gazagamu to its full extent. Actually, scrap that. We're not moving to V4 in this game because moving from 3 to 4 crashes everything and I cannot solve the issue. So we're going to continue with 3 for now. 4 will rear its head at some point. Apparently, Roman Holiday is actually making another change to it as we speak to make it worse. So hey, it should be brilliant. Oh dear. All of my gold is going into a defensive force here. All Is This Live has to do is just survive for a bit. It'll be fine. Okay, we've got a couple of other attacks, including an unnecessary attack on Death Wall. How dare you? Sanitation boosted and complete. Mobilization boosted, but not complete. Now we move on briefly to chemistry so that I can unlock the anti-tank crew. These pike and shots are powerful, but they will be more powerful as anti-tank crew because, you know, sometimes the best way to deal with enemy cavalry is to attack them with bazookas. It's quite clearly the best way. But my defenses are now scrambling. We have a lot of units now kicking in. We're not quite at Is This Live, but we're getting there slowly. Oh, dear me, I do apologize. Preston needs renaming. I mean, this is clearly Funky Town. Look at it. It's awesome. Its own little island. Japan now has battleships. Okay, we should keep an eye on that. And everyone is loyal, apart from Dr. Bobby, who is still struggling a little bit here. I should probably boost population in this area. Is there anything I can chop out like fish? Might be the odd piece of fish. A little bit more pop in this area, I think, would do the trick. People are shouting about the harbour of Matt Beard. Of course they are. There's mobilization. Opera and ballet. I'm just going to divert into that very briefly. Hey, military ally. How do you like the idea of attacking Canada? He likes the idea of attacking Canada. Good. Canada does have 760 strength. They're not exactly pushovers, but we'll give it a go. Okay, we are now on the borders of Sherbrooke already. I mean, okay, this may be, you know, quite effective. 1 attack, 2 attacks. Oh no, we didn't actually take it. Oh, luckily I have an extra troop. Oh, no, I auto movement and there was a quadri in there. Ah, that's annoying. Can we instead take Charlottetown? Yes, I can. This probably is going to have very little loyalty, but Canada is in a golden age, but there's not very much population in this area, so you never know. We might be all right. Just casually purchasing in new armies for us. Oh, yes, these things can rip through the cuirassiers that are being sent my way. And Charlottetown actually has bread and circuses available. That'll be pretty handy. Let's pop in Liang and rename this beautiful city to All Known. Loyal. Oh, yes, very loyal. Wonderful. Everyone's following my religion. We got a level 2 alliance briefly. Oh, my alliance with Yonglei. Right, now this is slightly problematic, but again, we wanted to see a strong Yonglei because I want to see what the AI can do, so I'll lean into this. You are at war with not Canada, so I'm going to go for research alliance with you. Tokugawa was my military ally and is quite useful, but Mayans are also fighting everyone except Canada. Do you want to join in? Oh, she actually does. I'll pay for this. This is fine, because what this now means is I can make the Mayans my new military ally, and we can go for Tokugawa and give him a cultural alliance, which basically means that all of my captured cities from England are now no longer going to flip. Amazing. Kill all of the units that slip through and start pillaging my trade routes. Trade routes must be kept alive at all costs. Now we're off to the wonderful city of Babylon. 25 population. There's a lot of stuff here that I would quite like. Sherbrooke Falls. That's now mine. In goes Super Sevo. And now our troops can arrive in full force, which is always entirely humorous to see. Chemistry. Anti-tank cruise. Ready to go. One. And next turn, Kingston should fall as well, as should the one population city of Toronto. All of these are doing are just re-upping my 5 turns of 20% production. As Halifax, I get the feeling Canada hasn't been invaded before. None of their cities have walls. This is no bad thing. This is no bad thing. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Lovis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Sinikush, Kappa Yobby Virani, Echo Bear, Deja Vu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!